This podcast is recorded at the Zone Gym studio.
You're listening to the Raw Reality Podcast hosted by Tori Story and Fit with Lily.
Hello, guys, and welcome back to the podcast. That's all I have for us today. It's a Saturday afternoon. It's pouring here in the Gold Coast, actually.
Yeah, it's overcast here. It was actually a really nice sunrise and then overcast straight away, but we're meant to get rain, but not yet. It's just been like spitting.
Classic, just for your weather report on this fine Monday morning.
Yeah.
How are we, Toy Story?
Very, very sore, quite tired. But yeah, that's all I have.
Thriving, nonetheless.
But thriving nonetheless.
Yeah.
No, honestly, all right. First week back from like all the travel.
Yeah.
And the start of the week hit me like a rock.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay, cool. So I actually have to like feel feelings now and not just distract myself from everything else. So that was like a bit of a realization, kind of, back to reality. And then back to training, which has also been hard, just like on my body. Like my body's just feeling it. And I think just like winter as well. Like you get older, winter, everything just gets harder.
It does.
And like training's dropped off a bit because we're like starting to upgrade some skills. So naturally things are going to take a little bit longer. The intensity is not quite there. So at the moment, I've dropped my training days down to 4. So I'm doing Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday.
Yeah.
And then I'm doing Tuesday, Friday gym, Sunday like rest or Pilates, which is nice, which is only for like a couple of weeks. And then we've kind of got like a training camp that leads us into nationals. So got a couple of weeks of like somewhat chill and then it'll pick back up again. So I'm just hoping my body will adjust before we pick back up because everyone's, well, I don't know about everyone, but me and Slay like just not recovering at the moment. But like it's not intense, so like why are we so sore? But
sometimes that always happens. It's like when you get back from a holiday, you need another holiday.
Yeah, literally. And it's like when you so used to the intensity, like you can push through. Whereas now, because we like had some time off, picked up, but it's slow, it's like kind of feels worse. Like I'd rather just go hard.
Yeah.
But just like going through the motions, I'm starting a new gym program this week with my PT, George. So I'm aiming to do 2 full body days because I know once comps die down, like our comp season's finished, I want to like hit the gym properly again and I don't want to like be sore when I do it. So I'm like, let's just start with 2 full body days, which are my 2 off days of acro.
Yeah.
And then once that drops down, then I can like pick up the gym properly like 4 days a week like I was doing. So that was not like a shock to the system,
Yes. And even just like to hold that muscle mass that makes you like feel good,
Yes.
Like your
because I
glutes
just
and
felt
things
like,
that.
glutes gone.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I can feel that they're not working. Like I need to like train glutes.
Activate them again.
Yeah, I did some hip thrusts yesterday and my ass is sore. So
Perfect. Good.
Yeah.
Love
perfect.
that.
Yeah.
Nice.
How about you?
Good. I went to the sunny coast literally Thursday night just to see 2 of my clients in person, just because it's so much easier to actually get a visual representation of actually how like prep clients look when you see them in person in comparison to online, because lighting and things like that, I wanted to see their posing, and even just like having that connection I think is so important. So I'm lucky enough to be able to say it at our friend Taylor's house. So that was very fun, but like very fast and in the car a lot, because the sunny coast now, it's like 2.5 hours away, right? And I get to Fitness Cartel, which was 2:45 by the time I got there. And then Taylor finished boxing at 5:30 and she was like, here's my address. And I was like, perfect. Waiting at 5:30 and I was just about to leave and she was like, have you left yet? And I was like, leaving now, I'll be there in 2 minutes. And I was like, wait a second. She's 30 minutes away now, not 2 minutes. So I had to drive another 30 and I was like, oh my God. And then it took 3 hours to get home the next day. So I was like, I've been in the car for way too long. And when you by yourself as well, and it's a straight line, but I have found a new way to pass time. True crime podcasts. So good. Slightly terrifying, but so good.
Yeah, I've never listened.
I don't feel like you should because you can't stay home alone.
Yeah, this is true.
But it's so interesting because it's basically just like someone narrating a story, and it just it just made it fly because you're so interested. And I just got sick of podcasts. I'm like, you're all telling me the same shit.
Can we talk about for a second the fact that there's been 4 bodies found on the Gold Coast? 5, and no one's talking about it.
I know. I started deep diving
except for the
night.
TikTok. Same. And then I was like, Jackson, I'm spiraling. I need to stop. And he was like, I was like, it's fine it's not fine, but like when I hear about it in other countries, like America, like you can't hear about it all the time. But when it's like your like suburb, I'm like, why is this not all over the news? Why are we not investigating? It has to be suspicious with the fact
Lakes,
that it's
Tori. That is like
Palm Beach, like literally next suburb.
No, yeah, Varsity Lake's like in between where Tori and I live. Like that's where I used to train. I know.
Yeah.
And then
Palm Beach's like next to me. Yeah.
But they're all like,
which is where we walk every morning.
People it's like elderly people, not elderly, but like there's like a few, like an old man as well. I'm like, why?
But then wasn't someone found in like Glad Wrap or
I didn't have a look. Okay,
there was
that's
one
fucked. Okay.
Yeah, there was like multiple TikTok trends, and like all the comments were like one body was found with like I think it was Glad Wrap. I'm like, why are we not talking about this? And Jackson was like, something's going on.
Yeah, no, literally. Wow. Anyways. Okay.
Anyways.
Yeah, I did kind of spiral last night after listening to that true crime podcast, and then listening to that, I was like, nah. I was sleeping okay. So thank God I'm okay, because I'm like, no one's hurting me. But then I was like, I'm not walking by myself. Fuck that. Like, no way. Imagine walking in Pizzy Park. No.
At night?
Just by yourself right now.
Yeah, even sometimes in the morning, like I used to go to Pizzy Park, like when we lived so close to there. And it was like so nice. And now I'm like, yeah, probably not.
No. Yeah, no, that is crazy. Anyways, moving on. Yep, there's that. We got a new board game last night, and
yes, what was that? I was going to ask you about that.
Yeah, it's called Catan, and Kate has wanted to play it for so long because like Bono and stuff play it, and he went there the other night and like learned how to do it. So he literally was like, Christina and Cruz are coming over to play Catan because he wanted to play so bad, and I was like, oh my God, okay. Confusing at the start. We only played one round in an hour. It normally doesn't go that long, but I really like the length of it because sometimes I feel like Monopoly Deal goes too fast. You're bored of it and you're like, oh, whatever, move on. This game is so fun, and it's basically like you have to trade like hay, brick, sheep, whatever, to be able to get like roads and cities, and you've just basically like got to build your own empire. So good.
Right.
Yeah. So, and I won. Underestimated me. I know. So highly recommend that board game. Confusing. So I feel like it's really handy if someone's there to teach you it, but really good.
You can teach me when I come back.
Absolutely. We need to be playing that every single night. Mm-hmm. Then how prep is going. We are 8 weeks out, which is coming up like really, really quickly. For like a Gen Pop client, like 8 weeks is like their whole deficit. But for a prep client, it's like that is so close. It's a weird thing.
I don't think I'm going to be able to watch. What date's your States?
No, you won't. It's the 20th of September.
Oh, that's so annoying.
A week later, yeah. I really don't care. I know you do.
I'm like, I want to be there.
I know. And we have been pushing protocols a little bit more. So we dropped down to my lowest cals ever this week, which was actually took me by surprise. I wasn't expecting that push. Like my weight was like dropping. And then we kind of hit a plateau for 1 week. Not a big deal because I dropped so quickly. And she's like, I want to keep pushing things. I was like, oh, okay. So I've upped my steps to 13,000 per day. And normally the max I've ever been is 12,000. And then we've dropped my cals to 1,330 and 1,450. So we're definitely pushing the low numbers, and I've had a 1,300 day before, but that was like a once-off, like 1 week situation. Wasn't for very long. So this is like my proper. That was like a depletion stage. This is like a proper consistent thing. I'm keeping cardio 4 times 40 mins. So we are going deep, but I was like thinking the other day, because when she originally said it to me, I kind of like spiraled a little bit. I was like, oh, fuck. Because it's an anticipation thing that you're like, oh my God, I'm going to be even more tired. I'm going to be even more hungry. But then I kind of was like, or I can choose to actually just be fine and move on and just like get on with life. And that's what I kind of did. And I've been in a really positive mindset around that since. So it's just crazy how powerful your mind is. Because I feel like the past 2 weeks, my sessions have been so average. And then I've dropped cals in-course protocols the past week, I've like trained really well because I'm like, no, I get to choose if I want to suffer or if it's just like it is what it is. So that's been a good mindset switch for me. Definitely felt dead this morning, but I got my period again. And I had it 2 weeks ago.
Oh.
So I'm exactly 14 days. So this happened do you remember this happening last prep? Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Beck said this morning, so progesterone drops significantly or something. So it tends to be like this is the point where I lose my period. I get it double and then it goes. So I'm assuming I literally said when I drop under 56, I'm done. And I've dropped under 56. So we'll get that back. That's obviously my goal, to get it back as soon as possible post-comp. But feeling like good overall, obviously like just tired and is what it is. But I'm trying to just ignore it now and just carry on with my life and just do what I need to do. And I think that's all my updates.
Yeah, I don't have too much else.
Yeah.
I've tried to just do a bit of like a mid-year reset, like redid my vision board, redid my goals, just to like, I feel like, because I made a vision board at the start of the year, or at the end of last year. And then when I decided to like move to Melbourne, I redid the vision board then. And now I feel like for the rest of the year, I've just like freshened it up a little bit, and same as my goals. And just like making a lot of me time, because I don't really know how much time I'll be able to get to come home between now and nationals.
Yeah.
Because we've got like training's priority, but also we have a training camp coming up that's priority. And like we get extra privates and things like that. So I'm like, I actually don't know what time I'm going to have to come home. So I'm almost just like kind of, again, like you said, like it is what it is. Just try and like
not
just
spiral.
Surrender and just go through the motions. And like
that's the biggest word like I always use, is just like literally surrender to how you feel. Like let yourself feel those emotions, but don't let it take over you.
Like don't ignore them. Yeah. But like for me and you, like we've chosen to do this. Yeah. So and like
short term.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Short term gain, long term gain.
Yes.
Pain. Whoa. Yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's all our updates.
Yeah, there's actually one more thing. This is so irrelevant, I just thought of it. I think I need to start a new email, but I'm scared of the admin that's going to come with that, because I reckon I have like over 30,000 unread emails, and now I'm just losing all of my important ones that come through, because I have stupid ones that come through, and then I try and redo it every day, but I get 50 overnight because I've had this email since school. So, but I'm like, that means
I think you should get a new email, and then all you need to do is like, obviously with your management, they will just email the new one, and then any brands that you speak to, just tell them you've changed.
Yeah.
And they'll change it in their system, and then anything moving forward will go to your new email.
Yeah, I agree. And then obviously all of like Cotton On and Dish and all that can still go to the other one. I think that's the best way to do it.
Well, that's what I have. I have like a personal email that I've had again since school.
Yeah.
But then I've got my work emails.
I need to do that because it's getting messy, and I've given up.
Say like all my car rego and all that sort of stuff goes to
your new
like
one.
My personal one.
That's what I need to do. Yeah. Because I just want it to feel organized. I want categories. I don't have that right now.
Yeah, I have categories. I love my emails.
All right.
Except for my personal one's crazy. But anyway.
Yeah.
Today's episode, based off what you guys have been loving in our podcast and all things fitness. But today we're going on about how to get in the best shape of your life. And I've been listening to a few podcasts recently. One specifically was Mel Robbins, and she did a podcast on like the top 3 things to live your healthiest life or something like that. And it was like she was pulling from all these old episodes and guests that she was getting on, like some of the best doctors, not doctors, but like, I can't remember what they were, but like the high-end professional people of what the topic she was talking about. And there was just like a few things, and it made me think about how much we complicate trying to get fit or trying to get healthy, because, you know, on social media, it's like you have to do this 10-step routine and you have to like do all these habits and you have to find all of these things that work for you, but we all just overcomplicate it.
We do.
We do.
Sorry, I thought you were still going there. You just stopped. No, I completely agree. And honestly, the best way to get into the best shape of your life is to mentally switch on. I find the clients who have the best results and the most sustainable long-term are the ones who work on their mindset. You can't physically achieve your goals unless you're mentally in it to win it, I like to say. Because if you're chasing a dream body and to be overall really healthy, but it's coming from a negative place, you're not going to achieve it. And it's going to be a yo-yo dieting. It's going to be one side of the pendulum to the other, all or nothing mindset. or you might achieve your result and go backwards pretty much straight away. So the best clients that achieve their results are the ones who work on their mindset. So that's something we also want to touch on today.
Yeah.
So going into the best shape of your life. Now, this is going to be and look different for everyone because one version of healthy looks completely different on multiple people. Tori and I, our both versions of healthy, completely different, right? So it's knowing what's going to work best for you and take some of these things with a grain of salt. Obviously, some are going to work and some aren't. And like I said, like our version's healthy are completely different. Everyone's body is completely different. Some people genetically have much more of a six pack than others. And I actually get this question a lot. If you just even compare Tori and I, like you genuinely have much more core muscles than I do. Even the like literally a week out, you will probably have more abs than me. And that is number one, I don't train them that often in comparison to you. But number two, genetically, I feel like I just don't have them as much. So again, genetics do play a huge role in where your muscle holds, where your body fat holds. So don't compare what you feel healthy in comparison to someone else.
Yeah, and like we always say, everyone's best shape is going to look different. And also, I feel like we've been umming and ahhing whether we like bring this up or talk about it, but I feel like we can only speak off our experience and what we preach for ourselves and what we've been through. And obviously, we always talk about chasing a feeling and not a look. And it's something that we've both navigated, both coming from acrobatics and cheer, where you're so judged on your look. And it was such a big focus on like six pack, thigh gap, you know, looking lean and whatnot. So then to come out of that, but then also have society's pressures and then go, no, I actually just want to feel good. And then if I'm feeling good, I will look good for myself. And so being able to find that. But there's so much circling at the moment on socials between certain two parties, and I feel like there's TikToks and reels going here, there and everywhere on what healthy looks like. Yep. And I think everyone's going to have their personal opinions. Like I've definitely got mine, you've got yours and whatnot, but it's like for you, you have to stop and not let everyone else's opinion deter you from your own. And if you're doing the actions, if you're taking action, you're doing the things that make you feel good, then nothing else should matter. And I think when you can, and it takes time, like it takes so much time, which we always talk about. Like I'm now, say, coming up 6 years on this journey of like finding a healthy relationship with my body, with food. And I still go through it. Like yesterday I had such a bad day about my legs. And I was like, they just feel like I'm squatting thousands and thousands of times a day with acro. Naturally, my legs are going to grow and they grow quite easily. But I just had this moment of like, fuck, like my legs have grown so much. Like I feel like before acro got them to like what I was really happy with, and now they've kind of blown out again. But then I had 4 people DM reply to my story being like, your legs are my dream.
And that's the thing as well, because my personal goal body type is not my prep look. It's like obviously kind of the start. It's like a maintenance period, but I love big legs because I have naturally a lot smaller legs. Now I'm glute dominant 100%, but like my legs look like runner legs, not gym girl legs, and I want bigger legs. So it's like we always want also what we can't have.
And it's just like learning to appreciate what you do have and then working off of that. Like I'm not naturally glute dominant, so I am like, all right, I'm going to train my glutes more because naturally my quads take over. Yeah. So it's just like understanding your body, what works and how you want to grow up, because you can't change your genetics and you can't change your structure, but you can train in a way that can promote a different look that you're after. Say like working your glutes more, shoulders, whatever it is. Like you can change up your muscle depending on what you train. Absolutely. If that makes sense.
Which is literally the ultimate thing I do every day.
Yeah, that's her job.
That's part of my resume. Yeah. All right, let's start with training. So how to get into the best shape of your life is going to be training. That is up there with obviously nutrition as well, but I think it is such an important aspect to feeling good. Now, again, everyone's going to be different, but I personally believe that resistance training is one of the best forms you can do to achieve your dream body, but equally for long-term longevity. Is that the word? Yeah. To be able to sustain everything long-term, right? Because you need to, when you're 80 years old, be able to pick up some groceries. When you're a mom, you need to be able to hold on to a baby as well. I'm sorry, but like if you're doing like Pilates or just running and you're not doing any form of strength training, you're not actually going to be able to do those things when you get older. Your bones aren't going to be healthy because you can't put load under them and things like that. I love like running, Pilates, all of those things to complement strength training as well. Different if you're a marathon runner or whatever it may be, but strength training also helps you reduce injury. So I just think that it needs to complement every aspect of your life, and it's so important to do so. Now, I'm not saying you're training 5 times a week. I'm literally saying train twice per week in the gym, get your body moving. We don't need to hit PBs, but we do need to start to push ourselves.
Yeah, 100%. And I think like at minimum 50% of you who have clicked on this podcast are probably like, I want to like lose a little bit of weight, or I want to get my dream body. And for so long that was me and probably you. And for such a long time I was thrashing myself with cardio over and over and over again, because that was the only way I knew to lose weight. That's the only way social media would explain to you that you would lose weight. My mum was like, more cardio, more fat burners, and you'll lose weight. And what did I do? I just kept freaking gaining weight. And because I had too much stress on my body. So when I learnt how beneficial strength training was, and then saw my body completely change from strength training and steps, which we'll get into, like it's actually, I can't even explain it, like the difference that it made. So when you can, I think at the beginning, a lot of people are scared of weight, scared of getting bulky, but it's actually going to help you build your dream body, whether you believe it or not.
I think I was at like the least healthiest, not in my life, at 2 points was like before year 12, because then I like completely went the other way. But that's when I was introduced to alcohol. So I think naturally when you're a lot younger and you're introduced to alcohol, you don't realize how many calories are actually in them, and you're not really moving your body as much when you go to school unless you're doing a sport. So that was definitely number one. But number two was post school. I was like, okay, I'm getting into running and I'm running a half marathon, and it can be definitely 100% like the healthiest form. Like I always say, like once I finish bodybuilding, I'll probably do a marathon. So I'm not saying anything like that. But I was definitely at my least healthiest then, because I thought that that was the best way to get into shape. Like I wasn't really training in the gym. I would run and then I'd be so hungry after because I didn't fuel myself correctly that I'd literally eat like half the jar of peanut butter, and I would just like go back and forth, and it just like was not sustainable for me. My hips were getting really sore because I wasn't strength training, but I was, again, thrashing cardio. I thought that was the only way. If I didn't do a minimum of 3 runs a week, I was like, oh my gosh, I failed. Equally, I remember there a time in my life, I think it could have been close to a year, where I did a core workout every single day, the exact same one, and I did not miss that core workout. I can tell you right now, I did fuck all besides waste my time. Like literally nothing. Yes, training core is so important, but that's not going to get my six pack. That training, doing it in my bedroom floor, that was like mentally a tick in the box for me. Nothing to do with actually like trying to achieve my dream body. And I thought that that was going to help me, and it did not. So if you're like laying on your floor doing 100 sit-ups every day, do something else. Like literally you're wasting your time.
And then the next thing on that with your strength training is progressive overload. And this is something I've been talking about with my program on Kick, because I feel like there's a lot of like beginners, I would say, in my DMs and starting the gym and things like that, and how important progressive overload is over perfection, and not trying to just, I don't know, I feel like there's two kind of areas. So they're either like people going into the gym trying to smash PBs every single session and just hit the next target, or there's people who aren't pushing themselves enough. And I feel like you can be really focusing on the progressive overload, but it's like small increment movements, but you're climbing the ladder rather than going up, down, up, down, up, down. And it's like this massive pendulum, but rather than just looking at it as going on an incline, but nice and slowly. So you're actually going to see progress, and it's going to be sustainable.
The best way to know if you're working hard enough is, I have like two things. Is number one, I actually had this conversation with one of my clients this week, because someone actually said it to me previously and it seriously landed with me. If you're asking the question saying, oh, I don't know if I'm training hard enough, I don't know if I can push more.
You're not.
That is your number one sign you can push harder. If you knew that you were doing everything in the gym, you simply would not ask that question. If you think you can go up in weight, you absolutely can. So like that's the number one thing. Number two, if your coach has programmed you, let's say 3 sets of RDLs, 10 reps. If you're doing 3 sets of RDLs, I don't know, 40 kilos, 10 reps for set 1, set 2, set 3, you are not working hard enough. You should be able to like go up in weight and then drop a rep, and then go up in weight and drop a rep, or whatever it may be. They shouldn't be the exact same through every single set. You can keep the weight the same, but if you're really pushing to failure, you probably get 10 reps first, then you probably might get 8 reps if you're getting fatigued, and then sometimes mentally the last set you can get that extra rep being 9 reps, but you shouldn't be able to nail it every single time. Or what I say is the first 2 sets, You can either go, it depends like which way you like to do it. The first 2 sets, go a little bit heavier go heavier with less reps. And then the last set, back off the weight a little bit and increase your reps. And that way you're still really pushing yourself. And then next week you can try and do all 3 sets the same weight. So that's what I really want you to focus on this week is try to not do the exact same weight, the same number of reps every single time. You're not going to see progress.
Yeah, 100%. I feel like the next step is people going, okay, I'm sick of feeling like shit. I need to start in the gym. I want to get my dream body. I'm starting on Monday and I'm going to go to the gym 5 times a week. And they go to that all or nothing. They go ham. And then it gets to Wednesday, Thursday. They're so freaking sore. They can hardly move. So then they don't train for a week. And then that just like, that kind of spirals for a little bit. And then they get back to the point of feeling shit. So like, all right, we're going to get back on track. Instead of doing that, which is exactly what I just spoke about of like the spike up and then the complete drop down, you could go, all right, I'm starting to feel like shit. Let's come up with a plan. Let's hire a coach, I would recommend, and start with 2 days a week. If you're going from nothing, start with 2 days a week and do an upper and a lower or 2 full body sessions, whatever works for you, and do that for 6 weeks, 8 weeks, and then progress. And it's like if you can do 2 sessions a week for 8 weeks rather than doing 3 good sessions, 2 weeks off, 2 good sessions, 3 weeks off, you're going to see so much more results. And I feel like people, again, social media, when you're following fitness gurus and, you know, people in the fitness world who are training 4 or 5 days a week and they're nailing it, but they've been where you are and they've gone through that stage of like building to get to that stage where they can train 5 days a week and they don't have to think about it. But if you're trying to match that on their day 1,000 and it's your day 1, you're not going to get there. You're never going to get to your day 100.
That's like how people asking like what my training is right now. I'm like, my training has nothing to do with your training. Like focus on what's going to work best for you because we always say like Tori and I train completely differently majority of the time. Like you love to do like a combination of things. Like you enjoy doing Pilates, you enjoy doing stretching yoga, you enjoy strength training, Olympic lifting, like functional fitness. Like you literally love it all. And I think that's what you respond best to. And I respond best to just strength training as well and doing it specifically like 4 to 5 times a week. But I didn't start there. I literally started at doing like Tori said, like 2 to 3. I think I started 3 times a week and then I slowly built up to 4 and slowly built up to 5 when it felt best for me. But then equally dropped back down to 4 over summer because that's what worked best. So it's not comparing yourself to all of these girls online and be like, well, they're doing this, I need to do this. Because everyone's journey is so, so different. And the second you stop comparing or trying to follow, that's when you're probably going to achieve your dream body because it's going to feel so much easier for you rather than constantly trying to copy someone else because it's not designed to fit into your life.
Yeah, for as long as you're copying someone, trying to do their routine, trying to eat what they eat, you're actually cock blocking yourself and none of that is going to be sustainable. Whereas if you just take a couple of weeks to just trial and error, implement what works for you, and then make tweaks as you go, you're going to, 1, see results a lot quicker, and 2, just feel so much happier because you're working with your body and not against it for someone else's body.
Yeah, period. All right, let's move into some nutrition. You need to fuel your body and not punish your body when it comes to food. Stop looking at food as the enemy and look at it as you are fueling your body for today, for tomorrow, for a week's time. You need to look after it. It's one of the most important things for literally everything in your life, for like overall health, for energy levels, for sleep quality, for how you focus, for how you train, for how you recover. Food is literally like medicine. Like it actually literally is.
I heard this really good voiceover the other day about eating before you train, and I knew I should have written it down. It's just left my mind. But
I think I saw someone very simple. It's like you don't like to drive your car from A to B, you have to put fuel in it. If you don't put fuel in it, it's not going anywhere. Exactly the same as your human body. If you're not putting fuel in it, you can't get anywhere. I was like,
I feel like as a society, this could be based off like my knowledge or who I follow, but I do feel like we're getting so much better at eating before training.
100%.
I think that was the thing. It was like train fueled, not fasted. Like she would never train fasted again after she's started to train fueled because like the difference is insane. Like even this morning, like we train on a Saturday morning from 8 till 12. So many of the kids don't eat and we're in there for 4 hours.
No, it's
I'm
absurd.
Like, I need my bagel, my peanut butter, my honey.
Yeah.
I'm like, I need carbs, fats, and protein to get me through that session. I got 3/4 of the way through and I was like, I started to get starving because I was like, I've just slept. I need to fuel myself.
Well, that's where That's where I see like literally all of my results actually started to really happen was when I fueled my body before I trained and correctly with carbs, because I used to be terrified of carbs. I can't even explain. Like I used to be tiny in a way. I've actually had no muscle, especially through year 12. And I was in such a negative place with food. I lost a lot of weight in a way that was not sustainable. I did not have a good relationship with food at all. And I was actually constantly like exhausted looking back. I was so uneducated around food. And I think it's so important that we educate, or everyone has an education around food in a way that I was terrified of white rice. If there was like a whole thing of sushi and the brown rice was taken, no way in hell would I have the white rice. Did you know that white rice actually has less carbs than brown rice? But no.
Yeah, white rice is actually better for you.
Way better. But no, I just thought brown rice was way better. And then equally, like I just would not eat carbs hardly ever. No energy, did not grow muscle, did not perform. The second, I think I vividly remember I was doing deadlifts at the gym at 5 a.m. and I was like, I feel dizzy. From that moment, I always ate before my sessions, did not look back, and I'm pretty sure I started progressing from there.
And it just takes that like little bit of self-push. Like sometimes, because like you can know the facts, but still have that fear of like, I'm going to eat carbs and gain weight or whatever it is. But until you, like sometimes you just have to force yourself to be like, no, I know this is going to help me. I need to do it. Yeah. And once you start to see the benefits, you'll be like, oh, this is actually helping me so much and I can keep going with it.
Yeah.
One thing that I know I've spoken about before, but how much tracking helped me learn. And yes, there was stages where tracking got obsessive in certain areas. And, you know, I feel like, I want to say everyone goes through that, but some people may experience that. But all in all, tracking is what taught me the most knowledge around food, around how much fat is in an avocado, what calories, like peanut butter, people just throw that shit on and not know how much calories are actually in peanut butter. And just little things like that, it helped me just make smarter choices once I'd stopped tracking, because I haven't tracked now for a very long time. And so I was able to like understand the value of food and what it was doing to my body.
Yeah. Something else that's really interesting when it comes to eating food and feeling your best is low calorie foods are going to make you feel way worse than whole foods. If you're opting for the low calorie, like low carb protein bar, but high protein, I promise you, if you look at the back of that ingredients list, it is so long and shoved with just like shit ingredients. All of these low calorie chips and these things and artificial sweeteners and zero calories, they aren't good for you. And I'm not saying cut them out, because they will help you lose weight, right? Because naturally it is lower calorie, but how you feel is the most important thing. Focus on whole foods first. Like focus on that, and then you can put them in like when you need. Maybe I like love a Coke Zero, right? So I'm having that every single goddamn day. I'm having stevia in my coffee to sweeten a little bit. I have like a few artificial sweeteners, but that is not my sole thing that I'm losing weight through. It's literally, I use buckets and buckets of like vegetables and salads, and that's what fills me up and makes me feel my best. So we always get caught in the trap of like, look for the lowest calorie option at the Coles. No, look for the most nutrition dense option, and that's what's going to make you feel good, because it's going to fill you up and satisfy you and give you a lot more energy for the long run.
Yeah. It's just like, it's education at the end of the day, and everyone's body's going to be different. But like, yeah, for Lil and I, we always go for volume in our foods, like especially our main meals, like especially with Lil being in prep. She's like, give me as much volume as I can get. But I'm giving myself as much volume as I can, full of veggies and protein and the healthy fats and the good carbs to keep me full and to keep me satisfied. Because I also saw another reel the other day about cravings. Like people find themselves just constantly craving sugar. You're probably not eating enough, and you're not satisfying your hunger cues throughout the day with your whole foods. If at the end of the day, you're like, oh, I feel like a little bit of chocolate, you can have that one block or that one square of dark chocolate and call it a night and feel good. That's great. But if you're getting to the end of the night and you're like, I need a full block of chocolate, or after every meal, you're like, I need something sweet, you're probably not hitting your food properly.
Or you actually don't enjoy what you eat. because then you're like, oh, I need to have chocolate after. I used to do that all the time. I have a Snapchat memory of me eating. I hate spinach unless it's cooked. And there's a Snapchat memory the other day and I was literally gagging eating the spinach. And I was like, why am I doing that? Like, that is disgusting. Why am I putting something in my body that I actually don't enjoy? And I bet I had some sort of like good acai peanut butter thing after because that's what I actually wanted. But then I ate double amount of calories in the end. Or I probably slathered it in olive oil because I was like, oh my gosh, I don't want to taste spinach. Like, give me the oil. That's going to be so much worse for you. You need to balance have carbs, have protein, have some fats. If you have all three of those in one meal, you're going to be so much more satisfied. And I promise you, you're not going to want those sugar cravings in the afternoon.
100%. The next target I feel like a lot of people miss is protein. Like, I'm well educated around food. I understand my food and I still struggle to hit my protein.
I go for protein all the time. It's so easy. If you're like, if you track your calories for a long time, I reckon carbs is the hardest to hit. Oh, it depends what phase you're in, but obviously. But I'm like, if you struggle to hit your protein, what are you eating throughout the day? Like, I'm like, you just can't be eating enough. But there is difference between protein, like lean protein sources that are actually going to help you recover and fuel you, and then protein like drinks that are like collagen and all of those things. Like, that's not actually protein. Like, let's focus on lean protein. Have some in your breakfast, have some in your lunch, have some in your dinner. Like, just eat over 100 grams for God's sake, please.
Please, Lily is begging you to eat your protein.
The glutes are begging you.
Facts.
Yeah. I just want to give you a few tips on how to get your protein in as well. Like, whey protein and like, or I guess like vegan protein, they're not bad for you. They're actually very good for you if they don't have a huge ingredients list. So just like look at the back of that. Have in protein, oats, Wheat Bix, smoothie, whatever you're going to do. Just put that in a shake, call it a day. Lunch, literally just have like tuna, chicken, steak, fish, mince. There's so many things like for your lunch and dinner. Eggs. Tori and I actually have this for a snack, is like a bagel, avocado, and egg on top. Like, bagels have 9 grams of protein in it. You chuck an egg on top. There you go. You got your 20 grams of protein in one meal.
And I've also been doing my cottage cheese, my high protein cottage cheese.
Yes. And something that I've done this prep is beef jerky. It's so good.
Yeah, you have.
I love it because whenever I'm at the airport, I usually just grab a protein bar because I like love the taste of protein bars. I'm not doing it because I'm like, oh, need to watch myself. I genuinely like the taste of them. But I'm like, okay, the ingredients list is really bad and I'm not having it this far out. But beef jerky, the ingredients list is so short and it's really like clean ingredients if you get the right one. Hits your protein target, get on the beef jerky. It's really underestimated.
I always used to smell it and just think it's dog food. Like, that's what it smells like. That.
I also think Jackson left Ziggy's treats at the gym. I don't know. There's dog food in one of the handles. I just saw before. I was like, interesting.
Well, we signed up to this new dog food thing and we got a massive delivery like when I was there, not realizing it was like a subscription thing. So there's another whole lot getting delivered tomorrow. I'm like, he hasn't even close to finishing the first batch. Shit. And it's like a subscription thing and it comes like so often. And I was like, push that back to like December because he ain't gonna eat all that.
How much do you think this dog eats?
Literally.
Yeah, that's so funny. The next one is the all or nothing mindset approach when it comes to food. This is so popular. We think we're all in Monday through to Friday. I'm on my goals. I tell you what's ruining everything is your weekend. And I'm sorry, like, you have to be on the weekend to actually to actually achieve your goals. A lot of people say like have balance, do all of that, but majority of the population actually don't know how to have balance. They don't know when to enjoy a meal out or when to stay on plan, and it's okay to order a healthy option when you eat out. You don't have to always opt for the highest calorie thing because it's your only meal that you're allowing yourself throughout the week. Like, just enjoy the good food as well. Like, if you go out and get a burger, but don't choose the one where it's like a double patty, bacon, cheese, whatever it is. Order the one with like the lowest amount of fat. It has like salad ingredients. It's a grilled chicken thing. Have a few chips, move on with your day. Just because you're going out for dinner isn't your excuse to go above and beyond. Now, of course, like Tori and I, we love our pasta, we love our treats, but I feel like it's just common sense at the end of the day. When we're full, we stop eating. When we're hungry, we keep eating. We know throughout the day as well, we're not going out for a breakfast, we're not going out for a lunch, and then we're going out for dinner. I'm eating my meal prepped breakfast, my meal prepped lunch, and I'm on with my snacks throughout the day. So then for the dinner time, it doesn't affect us as much. And people can say all they want, oh, that's like a toxic mindset to be in, like you need to live your life and enjoy. Well, it's like, yeah, you do, but also I enjoy having control over my food and feeling my best.
Yeah, 100%. And don't get us wrong, like it's taken, like we didn't just land on this one day and be like, oh, we'll stop when we're full and we'll keep eating when we're hungry. Like it's taken us time to realize that, because you bet your bottom dollar that there has been so many times that we've both overeaten, felt like shit,
Oh, yeah.
started again Monday, then binged again on Tuesday. Like we've been there, and this is why we get to like sit here and have these conversations, because we're now at a place where, yes, we can have yochi on a Tuesday night or a Saturday night, and it doesn't affect how much we eat the next day or how much we ate that day. And yes, you know, if you're tracking and you're trying to hit these goals, you can save some calories in reserve and be smart. And then, you know, if you're like right on your tracking, but also you get to just enjoy, like we just said, like when I went to Europe, I didn't think about anything. Like I just ate what I felt like eating. Obviously I was smart because I was competing, but in Dubai, I was like, oh, just eat what I want. And I still chose to, like, you know, like the first night we had Raisin Canes, which is actually like, it's actually not as like unhealthy as I thought it was, like deep fried. But then I would like choose Joe and the Juice, which is like just like a healthy chicken wrap. But then I would go to the buffet in the mornings and have a waffle with some Nutella. Like I would just enjoy that. And then I've come home. Yes, I felt a bit sluggish, you know, the travel between Dubai, Brisbane, Sydney, of just like eating what I can when I can.
Yeah.
Even just 1 week, like I messaged Jackson, what was it? Maybe Tuesday, and I was like, I feel so sluggish. I feel 5 kilos up from like literally last week. I feel like shit. And just yesterday, I was like, oh my God, like inflammation's down, just because I'm like back on track eating good.
Yeah.
But that means like I still had a little bit of ice cream last night. I had my dark chocolate the other night, having hot chocolate every night. Like those little things I don't just erase, because I'm like, oh, well, I'm back on track. I still get to enjoy them.
Yeah.
Because then if you don't, that's when the binge starts to happen.
That's the biggest thing that I learned, was the next day or the next week, don't be like 100% like back on restricting again. It's like you can still get back into routine and still enjoy the things. Exactly like you said, coming back from Dubai, you're like, oh, I'm not feeling my best. Let's just like switch back on, still have my ice cream, still have my chocolate. But for the most part, we're eating in routine. That helped me so much. If I felt like I overate on a Saturday night, and which still happens, like obviously not in prep, but like all the time. Like I'll go out for a noodle. If you know Gold Coast, go to noodle. And then I'd go to Yochi. You don't feel the best after that, but it's really good. Obviously I'm way
like you
over
feel
my
so full.
Yeah, so full. But the next day I'm not having, like not having my oats, my cream of rice, my normal things. I literally will eat the exact same amount of calories. Like I'll go straight back into like my nearly 3,000, even though I probably had 1,000 extra next day. I'm like going back to my normal routine, because that really helps me just carry on as normal. Now I'm not shoving food in my mouth if I don't actually want to eat food the next day. I might like have a little bit of a less breakfast, but push some calories to later in the day if I'm really full. But getting straight back into routine is the best thing you can do. Like you don't need to start a fresh diet on Monday. I used to do that all the time. And then I would come into Monday resenting my life so much. But then I would overeat the Sunday night for the sake of it, because I was like, okay, well, this is the last night. I'm back on everything tomorrow. No treats allowed. So I'd have the cookie, the ice cream, the random spoon of like Biscoff, and I would just try to get everything I possibly could in, so then I'd start again the next day. But it just like keeps setting me so far backwards, rather than being like, oh, I get to eat all my normal food the next day. You actually don't mentally feel like you have to overeat that night before, because you're like, oh, well, if I want this again tomorrow, I can have it again tomorrow. And you'll find yourself not spiral as much and not feel the need to overeat that night.
Last night I ate Biscoff out of the tub. And it was fucking great.
Yeah.
And I got up and I had my bagel with my peanut butter and my honey.
Yeah.
And I just got on with my day.
Yeah.
This is where I feel like people need to take a lot more accountability for themselves, because we all know that a fat scoop of Nutella 3 times in a row, probably not great to have every single day, you know?
No.
We are aware of the basics with food. And yes, I feel like so many of us can get so much more educated around food, numbers, and the value of it. But you know the basics, and you know that eating Maccas every single night isn't good for you. So if you're making poor choices, that just comes down to you and the and the choices that you're making, so you can take more accountability for that and be a bit more honest with yourself. Be a bit more prepped if you don't have time and you're eating takeout.
Yeah. If you say that like you've been trying to lose weight for 6 weeks and you're not losing weight, but you're in a deficit, you know deep down if you're actually being adherent or not. You know if you're sticking to the plan, and if you're not, you can't blame anyone else for yourself. I think getting into your best shape is the best thing you can do, because that's truly where your confidence will build, because you can't cheat yourself around it. Like if you're not training, it shows. If you're not eating good, it shows. So to be in your best shape, like you have to be like hold yourself accountable. It's the only way to actually do it. And when you achieve those results, that confidence right there, there's nothing quite like it.
Period.
Yeah. All right, let's go into where the progress actually happens. And I truly think it's in like your recovery phase. If you like kind of like circling back to the start of the episode, if we're training 7 days per week, we're not recovering, we're not growing, we're like thrashing our body into the ground. So then we're probably going to crave more sugar because we need energy. And you actually grow muscle when you sleep, when you rest, when you allow your body time off. Sleep is one of the most underestimated things you can possibly do for your recovery levels, and even just like for your focus levels, for your productivity. I find, so the past like few weeks I've been getting 7 hours, and I'm just like, I just feel tired every single day. And then I made it a pact to myself to really focus on getting 8 hours. Every night I've gotten 8 hours of sleep, and good quality 8 hours. I feel like a superhuman the next day. So I'm like, that really proves to me that, yeah, it's only an extra hour. It could be an extra 45 minutes. It's made the biggest difference to my energy levels.
Yeah, sleep is so underrated, and it's free. It's free for you guys to be on top of. And again, it's taking accountability. It's getting to bed earlier, setting your routine earlier, and your most important hours of sleep are between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m. where you want your best quality sleep. Mm-hmm. I feel like within this recovery, like obviously right now, Lil and I are training for performance. So her rest days are allowing her muscles to grow in all the areas that she's training, aka her delts.
Yeah.
And then for me, it's like my rest is so my whole body can recover, and I can walk back in the gym the next day and throw Holly even higher. Yeah. And so I'm not fatigued and exhausted, because then she's not getting high enough. Her skills aren't making rotation. Danger, basically. Yeah. So if you're not getting adequate rest for what you need, and no matter what, if you're training once a week, if you're training 6 times a week, if you're an elite athlete, if you're not, you need the rest and the recovery. And this is where people neglect and try and get around it. Probably like Jackson right now, he's probably not sleeping. He's maybe sleeping 4 hours a night, and it's starting to show.
Waiting for him to burn out.
Yeah, well, it's starting to show in little areas, and I think he's realizing, which just isn't great. I just got a message because they're playing footy right now, but they're winning, so it's all good. Really? Shelby's just like checking in with me, so that's great. But yeah, like I notice when, you know, yourself or like someone else close to you, you're like, hey, you're probably not getting enough sleep. There's been times when like Cade's not getting enough sleep, and we're like, can tell. Like, you can notice it, and it's like, this is the first thing that should be adjusted. I would say sleep and your water intake.
Yes.
Like water hydration is crazy. So my coach like does not drink water. Like I don't see her ever drink water unless she's like swallowing like a Nurofen or something. Mm-hmm. In Dubai, because it was so hot, like she drank so much more water. And she was like, it was like got to the end of Dubai. She was like, oh my gosh, like I just really haven't had that many like headaches. Like she'll get a headache all the time. I'm like, you know, you're actually drinking water here. Like you don't drink water at home. She was like, oh my God, like actually probably is that. I'm like, I could bet my bottom dollar on it that it's that.
And this is one of those things as well where it's like, take accountability for drinking more water. When people say like, oh, I just keep forgetting, like stop forgetting and put habits in place for you to remember. Like you just actually have to do the simple steps and push yourself to do those things. Like get yourself a big drink bottle, set alarms on your phone. When you open your laptop, have a sticky note, have it like a thing with yourself where you have to finish a glass of water before you eat a meal. Just be stern with yourself and not let these habits slide and be like, oh, I forgot again. Don't forget. Like it's as simple as that. If you want to get into the best shape of your life, stop letting all of these excuses come up and actually put the steps in place for you to be able to achieve it. Exact same as sleep. Like stop being like, oh, I only got like 6 and I got stuck in scrolling on TikTok. Don't do that. Like simple as that.
You can hire the most expensive coach, the most amazing coach, fitness, health coach in the world. If you're not doing the most basic steps of getting your sleep, drinking your water, eating your whole foods, getting your steps in, don't think you're going to get results.
Yeah.
Nail those basics first, the things that are free, before you go and take the next step and try and hit those results. Because if you're not doing those, you're not going to hit your results.
Exactly. Something else I want to touch on with recovery is managing stress. I think I say it like every second episode, it's poison for your body. If you are stressed, you're not going to see progress. You're going to be more inflamed. You're probably not going to sleep as well. You're probably not going to digest your food as well. Your skin won't be as like glowy. A really like interesting one is like with my dad, he goes through phases of like being really stressed, not sleeping very much, and then like is obviously much better depending on the season of work. I saw him like a few months ago and he's in like the snow business, so obviously relies heavily on it snowing, and it hasn't snowed yet. And I just looked at him and I didn't say it, but I was like, fuck, he looks so old. I was like, when did this happen? Like, and I only see him like sporadically when I go back to Melbourne, and I was like, wow, he's looking a lot older. Came back like 2 months later, it had snowed, stress had been lifted off him, and I was like, oh, he's like glowing again. He's less wrinkles. I can see life come back into his face. And I said like, oh, you look so much better than when I saw you last time. He's like, yeah, I'm not as stressed and I focus on sleep. I'm like, bang. That's literally all it gets to be. So if you want to look younger, focus on those.
Focus on the things
Yeah.
that you know you should be doing and you don't.
Exactly. Yeah.
This one goes in between like obviously your training and your recovery, but like how important walking is.
Yeah.
And the results that I saw from increasing my steps back when I first started like with Jackson, and when we like cut all cardio, did 3 to 4 gym sessions a week and increased my steps like 8 to 10K, the difference in my inflammation, my legs, my mental health, like so many benefits from walking. And like until someone does it and sees the benefits of walking and like how simple it is, you're like, oh, and like you can walk and listen to a podcast and educate yourself on so many different things. You can study and walk. You can call a friend, call a family member. Like you can make it so enjoyable for yourself, so beneficial, so valuable. And you're getting like, it can be 10, 20, 30 minutes a day. Recommend 20 to 30.
Yeah.
But it just makes, and that's why I've just bought a walking pad as well, because Melbourne sucks and it's freaking cold. And I'll always go for my morning walks regardless, just because getting fresh air in the morning and sunshine always is like priority. But to be able to get up in the middle of the day and just like walk while I'm working, oh my gosh, so much better.
No, honestly, if you don't have I live in Gold Coast and I have a walking pad. It's the best thing you can possibly do. Literally type in, I have, it's like a pink one from Amazon, but literally type in on Amazon, pink walking pad, and I think it's $200 or $180, and just buy that one. It's literally the best thing you ever do. So convenient. Now, it can be unsafe if you're on your phone and you're a little bit uncentered like I am. Like there's been a few times I'm like, oh, shit, it nearly fell off. But it's honestly a lifesaver. You feel so good when you move your body. You know the difference when you've just been sedentary all day and you're like, oh, I just like feel like shit. Get outside. As much as you don't want to, as much as it's just going to cause like, it's just like the moment of it getting you outside. It's so hard. It's cold. Even if it's raining. The other day I was inside the whole entire day working because it was a rest day and I had a walking pad and it was raining, but I was like, I just need to get outside. And so I did that and I felt a million times better. For the rest of the day, like the rest of the night, I felt more productive. I felt more mentally clear. Walking is going to be one of the best things you can do for your health. If you are traveling, you can't get to the gym, you're like not feeling it that week and you need some time off, just focus on your steps, and that right there is enough to keep you progressing.
Period.
Yeah.
All right. One of the next biggest things is discipline over motivation. A lot of us rely on motivation, and for as long as you're doing that, you're going to fail, because we are not going to be motivated 100% of the time. Hell, you're probably not even going to be motivated 50% of the time. So when you can start to create habits, build routines that will build discipline, and then when you build that discipline, you then build confidence in yourself to do the hard things. That is just the ladder that you will build. You're able to tick off all of these things that then are going to give you lasting, sustainable results, because 9 times out of 10, you don't want to get up. Like, I know how good my morning walks are and I love them so much, but most mornings I'm like, oh, I can't be fucked, especially in Melbourne. But I get myself up and I get my ass ready and I go on my walk because I know I will feel 100% better after that. And so when you can build these habits, and again, it sometimes comes down to forcing yourself to do it, is when you're going to build that stronger discipline.
It's exactly like Tori said. It's just forcing yourself to do it. Like the more you do something, I promise you, the easier it's going to get. At the start, it feels like a chore. It feels like something that's really hard because it takes a lot of mental capacity to actually do the thing. The more you do it, you're rewiring your brain to choose that harder option, and it starts to get slowly easier and easier until that habit just turns into something, a part of your life, and it's a full lifestyle change, and it's almost like automatic for you. Half the time, I don't want to go to the gym, but I've never questioned not going to the gym. I'm just like in that autopilot. Oh, I'm going. So I'm never like, yeah, I can procrastinate, I can put it off, whatever, but I know I'm going, like no matter what it is. Do you think I feel motivated to get on those stairs? I don't think I've ever been motivated to get on those stairs. But as soon as I'm on there, it just starts to flow, time passes, and you tick it off and you get it done, because that's where your results actually come from. It's a time where we're like, oh, I'm feeling really motivated, I'm going to do everything at once. And then you kind of like burn yourself out because like I went for a walk, I trained, I meal prepped, I did my cardio. And then the next day, you're like, oh my God, I'm dead, because you relied on that motivation to get everything in the whole week done. And I just find like that's not sustainable. Like use discipline, show up, get it done on the day, go again tomorrow, again tomorrow. Like you just got to keep showing up no matter what.
Yeah, at the end of the day, you've got to stop giving yourself room for excuses or making stories up, and like have the strength and the mental strength to stop yourself from the excuses and go, yep, the excuses are there. I'm feeling flat, but I'm going to get myself up and I'm going to get there. Because at the end of the day, if you want these goals and these results, you've got to put in the work. There's no other way around it.
That's the biggest thing people say as well, is how do I know if I'm being lazy or if I actually need to rest? I'm like, you'll know. Like you truly do know if your body needs that extra rest, or if you're like trying to like pull at strings to be like, oh, like I am kind of feeling sore. That's like an excuse. That's like you actually being lazy. Like you know that you can probably push that 5% more. Majority of us, like, yes, we're not elite like most of us like listening to this podcast, like we're not elite athletes, but we can still push ourselves. Like we can still challenge ourselves. Just because we're feeling a little bit sore doesn't mean we need to take time off gym. Like stop letting those excuses make yourself slip. Or for example, if it's like, oh, well, I'm traveling today, I can't eat my normal breakfast. It's like you can. You're just choosing not to. So whatever you choose, it's fine. Just be okay with that.
My camera just turned off.
That's okay. We'll just keep going. So the next part we're going to go into is just like your environment as a whole, because this truly can make or break how you are as a person and how you are getting into shape. We always say this, the 5 closest people to you, are they a reflection of you and the person you want to be, or are they people that you would never want to be in your life? If it's someone you don't want to be, you're going to turn into that person, because just naturally you're going to adopt their habits and things like that. So it's very, very important that we make sure our environment and the people around us inspire us and motivate us to do better.
And if they're not, then you need to second guess and start looking elsewhere. And firstly, also look inward and find that from yourself. But then if you're not getting it from your external people, then you need new people, because I cannot even explain how much my life has changed by having the right people around me in every area, health, fitness, business, just overall happiness and support from the people that everyone should feel at some point in their life.
And at the start, like you might be alone, and like it's okay to be alone. We're all so terrified to not have like a best friend or someone really close with us to do things. Like, just if you find those people around you are draining your battery, they're not filling up your cup, just be alone for a while and focus on your goals and focus what's going to make you do and be better. And then I promise you the right people will come into your life.
Yeah. And I feel like we've done a few episodes on finding your people.
Absolutely.
And like changing up your environment. So you can definitely go back if you want to dive deeper into that topic, because we talk about it a lot.
We do.
A few things on what to avoid, which we've gone over and spoken about. But the first thing, as we've mentioned probably 3 times already, is the all or nothing mindset. Whether that's your fitness, your nutrition, the small habits, you can't go all in and then not at all. It has to be small, consistent steps.
Yeah. And stop putting pressure on yourself to be perfect. If you slip up one day, who cares? Go again the next day. Like, you don't have to be perfect 24/7. You just have to be consistent every single day. Those small habits compound so much into achieving big results. So don't think that if you're only hitting 5,000 steps a day, it's not going to matter. So there's no point even hitting them. It does matter. If you've like eaten completely off plan the whole entire day, don't think that you can't eat on plan for dinner and keep going. Like, you don't have to keep waiting until things are perfect or the next day goes along, or if you're like, I've been off plan all day, like, it doesn't really matter. It does matter. Like, every little bit of consistency you can implement is going to be so important.
100%.
Yeah.
The overtraining, the undereating, we're kicking that to the curb if you haven't already, and we're focusing on fueling and progressive overload.
Yeah, absolutely. And the last one here to avoid is comparison and unrealistic timelines. Guys, it takes a long time. Like, it truly, truly does. We can see people on social media and be like, oh my gosh, they look so good. Like, that just happened overnight. No, it's actually taken them years. It's taken them months, and they've been doing this thing for goddamn, like, so long. I've been competing now since 2021, I think. 2022 was when I competed, but I started in 2021.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that just goes to show, like, I've been doing this for like now 4 consecutive years, like, on my shit. And before that, I trained for another year to get to where I'm at now. Now, I know that sounds terrifying. It's like, oh my God, I don't want to be in it for 5 years. I didn't think 5 years ago I looked and was like, oh my gosh, like, this is where I want to be in 5 years. It was just like, this is where I want to be in 6 months. This is where I want to be in another 6 months. And again, it compounds over time, and you will achieve those results, but you can't have unrealistic expectations, or else you're going to disappoint yourself and you're going to fall off the bandwagon and think it's too hard.
And if you're like myself and you just want to train to feel good and also just have that goal of like being able to throw your kids around and enjoy time at the park, like, that's going to be, well, for me and us in like 5 years time. So if you're just constantly chipping away and doing the things, creating the habits and routines that are going to get you there, in 5 years time when you have the kids, or 10 years time, whatever it is, you're going to be at the position you once wished you were.
Exactly.
Because you just got up and you started and you were consistent and not went up and down and 2 weeks off and 1 week here.
And stop looking at it as like a destination and just start looking at it as a journey. Like, enjoy the process and don't think about the finish line, because truly there never is a finish line. Like, we always want to keep developing. We always want to keep growing. So if you're constantly chasing the destination, the end line, you're never actually truly going to be happy. So focus on enjoying every little moment and the process through it all, and you'll see way more results over time.
Now, we've covered a lot in this episode, but I'll say my top 4. You can say your top 4.
Okay.
If you're like, okay, where the fuck do I even begin? And you're very much a beginner and you're like, I just want to start to see some progress. My top 4 things are, firstly, sleep. And I don't know if I want to put sleep and hydration together, but sleep, hydration, whole foods. Okay, I'm putting sleep and hydration and whole foods are together in the one category. Sleep, steps, and strength training. Okay. They are my 4 things. Sleep and your water, you can literally start right this second.
Yeah.
Your steps also. Those 3 things are
You're
free.
You're saying so many. No, I'm confused.
Okay, I'll go one by one.
3, 4.
Okay, first thing, sleep.
Yep.
That's free and you can focus on that from today onwards. Secondly, eating whole foods and drinking enough water. Get your whole foods in, have enough fucking water, okay? Then your steps. You can increase your steps every single day and just get your ass up, get on your walking pad or get outside. And then fourthly is your strength training. Lower the cardio, add in more strength, find a coach if you need one, look up TikTok workouts, create a plan for yourself and get fucking moving.
Nice. All right.
That's mine.
Mine, personally, if you actually want to achieve your dream body, I'm saying 4 strength training sessions per week with intensity.
Yep.
Like, you need to train hard to actually see these results. Number 2, hit your protein intake. Focus on just getting 130 grams of protein. 130 grams protein per day. 3, electrolytes in water. I truly think this was the biggest game changer for me to actually drink enough water. Just do that, and I swear it has helped me so, so much. And number 4 is sleep 8 hours. Bang.
So if you start with my 4 steps for 6 to 8 weeks and then progress to Lily's and then go on from there, you're going to fucking kill it.
You are going to look hot, sexy, and feel fine.
Yes.
Sunny.
Over time, not overnight.
Yeah. All right. if you're not motivated after this episode, I can't help you much more because
There's not much more I can do.
There's not much more we can do. We can hold your hand, but now it's time to let go, and it's on you to actually create action. You can listen to the podcast, you can listen to the books, you can do whatever, but until you actually take action and do the thing, you're not going to achieve your dream body. So let's get to work.
You can also,
let's make it happen.
like, our DMs are open. We're here to answer questions. Like, we want to help you and see you succeed. But again, it's coming down to you and the accountability that you're willing to take on yourself.
Absolutely. All right. Well.
All right, my back is hurting. I need to lay down.
Yeah, I have a client call in 10 minutes. So.
Perfect.
I hope you guys really took some value out of this episode. We're back with a mini one on a Thursday again. And then hopefully a mini series is coming very soon.
Yes.
I'm excited for that. All right. Well, we love you so much and we'll speak to you soon.
Love you guys. Bye.